Welcome, students. I'm your science teacher, and today we are going to explore one of the most fascinating topics in biology: cells, the building blocks of life. You might not see them every day, but cells are everywhere, forming the foundation of every living organism on Earth. Whether it's the tiniest bacterium, a towering tree, or even you and me, everything is made up of cells. Now, imagine this. If you were able to shrink down to a microscopic size and walk inside your body, you would find an incredible world teeming with activity. Each cell has its own structure, performs its own functions, and contributes to the life of the organism. Cells are like tiny factories, each with its own role, working together to keep the organism alive and healthy. Today, our goal is to uncover this hidden world, starting from understanding what a cell is, to observing it through a light microscope, and learning why scientists call cells the basic building blocks of life. All right, students, let's make our lesson a little fun. Take a look at this image carefully. At first glance, it might look like a simple pattern or a grid, but there's a hidden world behind it. Now here's a little challenge for you. Can you guess what common vegetable has tissue that looks like this under a microscope? Think about vegetables you see in the kitchen. Maybe something you use in salads, soups, or curries. Here's a hint. It grows underground and is a staple in many dishes around the world. Have you guessed it? Yes, it's the onion. What you are seeing here is a microscopic view of an onion's tissue, specifically the cells from its root tip. Can look extraordinary under a microscope. By studying them, we can learn about the shapes, sizes, and boundaries of cells, and this helps us understand more complex organisms later on. Remember that hidden inside are countless tiny building blocks of life. Today, as we move forward, we'll use microscopes to see these structures up close, just like scientists do in their laboratories. Before we dive deeper into microscopes and cells, it's important to know what we're aiming to achieve in this lesson. Learning is always more effective when we set clear goals, so let's talk about our learning objectives for today. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to describe why cells are considered the building blocks of life. This means you'll understand what a cell is, why it's so important, and how everything around us, plants, animals, and even humans, depends on cells to exist. Think of it like understanding the bricks of a house. Once you know what the bricks are and how they're used, you can understand the whole building. Now that we know our objectives, let's begin with the most important question of all. What exactly is a cell? A cell is the smallest unit of life. Think of it as the most basic building block of every living thing. Just like a house is made up of bricks, and a book is made up of pages, all living organisms are made up of cells. Without cells, life simply wouldn't exist. Some organisms are made of just a single cell, for example, bacteria. Even though they're tiny, a single cell can perform all the activities needed for life: eating, growing, moving, and even reproducing. Imagine something so small doing all of that on its own. These are called unicellular organisms. On the other hand, more complex organisms, like plants, animals, and humans, are made up of millions or even trillions of cells. These are called multicellular organisms. What's amazing here is that not all cells are the same. In our bodies, for example, blood cells for carrying oxygen, skin cells for protection, there are muscle cells for movement, and nerve cells for carrying messages. But they all work together to keep the body alive and functioning. They are the foundation of all biology, and understanding them helps us unlock the mysteries of life itself.